Studio 5. You have likely noticed a trend. I know I have. Chalkboard paint is huge right now. Now, chalkboard paint, nothing new, but it's a trend that's picking up and catching momentum everywhere in home decor and even in hip accessories.
In fact, the most recent Pottery Barn teen catalog is full of fun, unique chalkboard decor, chic vases, hip wall decor, cool chalkboard lights, but it all comes with a big price tag. So we asked Studio 5 contributor Christine McKay to make her own chalkboard-inspired decor, show us how to do it on a budget. Not only has she done that, she's going to show you a recipe for making your own chalkboard paint at a fraction of the cost. But first of all, what have you done here with chalkboard paint?
Well, you know, like you said, chalkboard paint is nothing new among the crafters, but it really is just making a splash in like high-end design boutiques and stores. And so I really had to challenge myself to try to come up with some new ideas. And so the first thing that I did is I went to the web. I went to the web and I just wanted to see what was out there. And so I just came up with a few ideas and found some that I wanted to show you. One of my favorites, I love the idea of this kitchen counter, and the VW bug. That was my favorite. I love that. I just think that'd be so fun for some teenagers to just paint an old junk car and put some paint on it. Just different ideas for painting an entire refrigerator. Obviously, it's not something you want to do with a new one, but if you have an old one that's kind of dented or dingy, what a fun idea. So you can just really do this trendy look for just pennies on the dollar.
The cupboards, I love that.
Isn't that
it would
fun?
work for every style or every taste.
Yeah.
But that's a cool idea.
Totally cool. So that kind of inspired me, and I looked to Pottery Barn for my first project, which is right here. Pottery Barn had some great, separate chalkboard pieces on the wall, and it works for art as well as, you know, your homework, drawing. And what I loved was the color.
I didn't know you could get colored chalkboard paint.
You can buy chalkboard colored paint by Plaid. You can pick it up at any Roberts. It'll be right by the acrylic paint.
Okay.
And they've got all different colors. It's about $10 for a little bottle, but all different colors. And what's fun is then you can use colored chalk and really dress it up. So this was really easy. I just purchased one long strip plank of wood from Home Depot, had them cut it in a third, so I didn't even need to do that, and then just hung it on the wall and painted it, and there you go.
So cute.
So fun. And then this idea right here I got from this website that I love. It's the Barking Dogs Flea Market. And it's kind of a similar idea. I just took 4 planks of wood, had Home Depot cut them for me, and I just put them together with hinges and I painted them. And this is really fun because you can do your to-do list. You can have, like I have right here, like each section, you know, the kids, I can write down what they need to be doing.
Their chore chart. I like this. You can erase it for the different chores.
Yeah.
That rotates
and the kids
around.
can draw on it. My daughter wasn't very flattering to her brother, you can see down there. But yeah, they can play on it and draw.
So are these muscles on his arms here? Or is
he drew those after she drew the braces and the messy hair. So it's a good way to get back at your siblings as well. So
you've actually painted the outside though of color, which is fun because then when it bends, the color pops out.
What she did was even more amazing, but beyond my skill level. She actually framed it with some chair railing, and it was beautiful. But for me, just for a simple, quick project, I painted the edges and painted the black and turquoise, and just it made it pop out a little more.
I would love this in a mud room or right as you walk in a kitchen, even if you have a little nook or a little corner. That is so cool.
And it was quick and fun.
Fun right there. Can you show us what you did with the globe here? What is this?
This is completely impractical, but I love this. This is such a good conversation piece for any room. Once again, it was by Barking Dogs Flea Market. But when I saw this, I loved it. For just on your desk, you can jot some notes. My daughter had fun just kind of coloring some different things on this. My son was mortified that I defaced a globe, but I don't think it's illegal. I think it's okay. But the point with this is you
should have seen what I did with library books.
He would have kicked me out of the house for sure. But the point with this is think outside of the box. The crazier the better. I saw one where they'd painted boots, rain boots, and drew all over them. So it doesn't have to be your standard magnet board that we've seen over and over again.
Does chalkboard paint work with any surface? I mean, a globe rather is going to be really glossy.
Yes, and that will bring us right into making your own chalkboard paint, because that was my favorite find in this segment. And of course, I have to give, you know, the diva herself credit. Who else would think of chalkboard paint recipe other than Martha Stewart?
Of course.
So I got this recipe from Martha Stewart. But that's what makes it so great, is what you said. Then you can apply this recipe to any paint that is specifically meant for glass or plastic or wood or metal. Whereas the chalkboard paint that you just buy from the store is it's kind of just like a acrylic paint, so you're kind of limited.
Okay, I got to ask, the stuff back here, you said it was like $10 or something for the paint?
Yeah, it's about $10 for a teeny
Which is a little
jar.
expensive. When you make it yourself, how much cheaper are you going to get?
Okay, let me just show you right here. This is 2 bottles of just your acrylic craft paint, and so 2 of them will make about a half of a cup. And these are 99 cents a piece, so $2. This right here, it's going to be an initial investment. What you'll want to buy is non-sanded tile grout, the white in white, and you can get it at Home Depot. Ask anybody there, they can show you where it is. This was about $8, so initially that's going to be your expense. However, you only use...
I love when we talk about $8 being an expense. I mean, really, that's
for you know me, I'm so
I know, that's why I
But
love
if you had a bunch of people who went in together, you know, split it, because a bunch of people are going to do...
I'm saying it's cheap.
Yeah, I know, and it's even cheaper, you know?
Completely, $8, and this will go for a long way. So for every 1 cup of paint, you'll want 2 tablespoons of tile grout. So I just did a half a cup, and so you'll just do 1 tablespoon
of this
to
the paint,
and you add it straight to the paint. And the key is you're going to want to mix really, really well. And you know, Darren, you were asking me, you know, could you paint an entire room? Absolutely, but the trick with that is you're going to want to work with small batches because it does set up really quick. It almost becomes like a paste. I mean, it's just really, really thick. Right now is the best. So you kind of want to work quickly, but you don't have to rush. But if you're doing an entire room, I would just do little batches, And
you can add this formula, this recipe, to any type of paint, so glass paint.
Yes, and that's what I love. Any color, any kind of paint. The next step after you do that is, you know, you'll definitely, you know, after you paint your surface, and this one is one that I've already done, you'll want to do what is called conditioning. And what you'll do is, do you mind handing me that piece of chalk just right there on the end?
There's right there.
Sorry. You'll want to do conditioning, and that is when you take your chalk and go across the project like this. And that just kind of activates it. It just kind of gives it just a really nice surface, and then you just wipe it off with a cloth, and then you are ready to go. But that is what I love so much about the grout is you can do it for, you know, this probably wouldn't have worked very well with just latex paint, so I used a plastic paint for the globe. And so, you know, your options are just unlimited. And you can also purchase it in spray paint, which makes it really easy for irregular shapes as well.
Even some seasonal projects, you say, can be tackled with chalkboard paint.
Brooke, I've already told you this. My absolute favorite project ever was right here on this show by Elisa Bangeter, when she did the Halloween pumpkin with chalkboard paint. It is so stunning. And you can you can look it up online and watch the whole segment, but that was my absolute favorite, and I cannot wait to do that this year. And I think it'd be even fun to do it with some colored paint as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now we know how to make our own, you know, specialized chalkboard colored paint to match anything. It'd be cool.
And do we have a few more minutes?
A couple seconds.
Just a couple seconds. I was going to tell you. We had also talked about that you could buy the vinyl sheets of the chalkboard.
Which I didn't know this until a couple weeks ago, that vinyl was available in a chalkboard.
In a chalkboard.
Finish.
You can also use the same recipe and just do it on contact paper and just mix it with, actually, the acrylic paint worked. And then you can just do, you can just paint it right on, and you can have sheets of your own, and you can cut it out into shapes and put it on the wall. I almost forgot this one, and this one is really fun.
To cover a table for a preschooler.
Or you could do hearts and shapes, or, you know, in this earlier segment they had skiers. You could cut out those shapes and put them on the wall, and it's a chalkboard surface.
Cool.
Love that. So.
Great ideas. Thanks, Christine.
Hey, you're welcome.
We'll have, of course, all the information. Christine's posted all the stuff as well as the recipe to make your own chalkboard paint, of course, with all of our other